Hi, this is Amy Jo Berman with your quick acting/auditioning tip of the day. So the topic for the day is headshots. Headshots. These are so important, and having been a casting director for so many years, I've seen thousands and thousands of headshots. So I'm going to give you a little insight into what's good, what's not good, what to do, what not to do, especially recently. Recently in my Attractor Factor for Actors class, I offered a headshot review as a bonus for getting in the class, and a lot of people took me up on that. And so I've been sifting through headshots lately, and some glaring things jumped out at me that I just really wanted to share with you. Okay, so in terms of getting headshots, first of all, here's why it's important to get professional headshots. Now, for those of you who are professional actors, have been working in the business for a while, you already know this. But for a lot of you who are just starting out, or who haven't been getting good response to your headshots, you're going to want to pay close attention, because it's very important for you to get professional headshots by a professional photographer who specializes in doing headshots. Okay, and if you're in Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or one of the bigger markets, you're going to have a lot of people to choose from. If you're in one of the smaller markets, or a place where there's really very limited market at all, you are going to have to dig harder. You're going to have to find somebody who does this. And this is key. This is important. If you want to be a professional actor, you have to find a headshot photographer who specializes in this. You can't go to a portrait specialist. You can't go to Sears. You can't go to somebody who does weddings. They don't know what to do. They know how to take pretty pictures, but that's not what a headshot is. So I cannot stress this enough. If you're not in one of the bigger markets, you're going to have to research it more than one of the people that's here. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to assume that you found a good photographer who specializes in headshots and whose work that you've looked at. Okay, and here are some of the things that you should look for in a good headshot. These are some of the things. First of all, let me just stop. You cannot even go to get a good headshot until you first understand what your type is, what your brand is, what it is you're trying to portray. So what your headshot shouldn't be is just a really pretty or handsome picture of you. That's not going to help anybody. You got to put yourself in the position of the casting director. And when we're sifting through headshots, we're looking at your headshot in terms of a particular role. So you have to think, what is the kind of role that I most often get submitted for, or that I most often could get cast as? And you have to really dial in your brand. And I do deal with this a lot in my Attractor Factor for Actors class, but if you haven't taken that, you're going to want to figure out what your type is and what your brand is, and you're going to have your pictures reflect that. So if you know that you're mostly going to get cast as the soccer mom or the business executive, so you're not going to want to take pictures as a, when you get cast as a soccer mom, you don't want vixeny hot looking pictures. That's not going to help you. It's not going to help solidify that in the mind of the casting director when they're looking at your picture. It's confusing. You want to have consistency with who you portray, what you project, what your picture says, and how people are going to be receiving you. So more than anything, you first have to know that. So let's assume that you figured out what that is, okay? Your actual headshot, okay, you really don't need more than like 2 good headshots, right? One that's kind of smiley, one that's kind of, more serious. And that's so general, by the way. Okay, so a warmer smiley shot and something more dramatic, depending on what your type is. Here's what you shouldn't do. If you're a real character-y kind of actor or actress, don't get any kind of like crazy expression, extreme headshots. This is a big fat no-no. Okay, that screams amateur. A headshot should be something that somebody could imagine you in various different kind of parts within your type. Those kind of extreme things or costumey things make you look like an amateur, okay? And you don't want to do that because you're a professional actor, right? Or you want to be. So a warm, smiling headshot you cannot go wrong with. And you want to always look like there's something going on. You want to have that photographer catch that moment. And this is, this is something that you're going to have to look at when you look at their book. When you look at their work, you have to see if they're catching these kind of moments with their subjects. Something where there's something going on behind the eyes. There's a twinkle, there's a sparkle, there's something. Because when you're a casting director and you're looking through hundreds and hundreds of headshots at a time, you want that one that's going to make you go, oh, what's that? that thing that's going to stop you. And you don't want to be stopped because you're looking at a crazy headshot. You want to be stopped because you're like, ooh, what's going on with her? And it usually doesn't even take that long. It's a millisecond of what I just did. But there's something going on behind the eyes. Now, in terms of just a plain old simple things that you should know about headshots, don't wear anything too stripey or flashy or busy, a big necklace with a big thing, or some crazy looking. It's distracting. We don't want to distract the casting director from you, okay? So very simple. You want to, you want to look good, but you want to look simple. I don't mean simple. You know what I'm saying. You don't want to look distracting. You don't want to wear anything distracting, okay? You want to make sure when you're looking at the work of that photographer that their work has good contrast, that it's sharp. You don't want any sort of blurry, whatever kind of pictures. I know that seems obvious, but I see this mistake all the time in headshots. They're not clear. They're not highly contrasted. Again, put yourself in the mind of the casting director who's looking at hundreds of these at a time. So if you have anything that's not sharp and poppy, it's going to blend into the background and you'll never get called in. Okay? Again, I can't stress enough, no homemade headshots, guys. I don't care how good of a photographer your mother is. She's not taking your headshots. She's not professional. You need to have professional headshots. Another thing is a big mistake that I see often is a headshot that's way too close. We don't want a literal head shot. Okay, your headshot should be at least head and shoulders, if not a little bit more body. You can experiment with a little bit more body too, but definitely not so close that it looks like a yearbook picture from your high school yearbook. Okay, and again, you don't want it too busy. You don't want it too extreme. You don't want it too charactery. You don't want it homemade. You want to catch something in the eyes. You want to have a smile and a warmth. And if you know that your type is more, let's say you go out for a professional or lawyer, doctor kind of thing a lot. So you want to be wearing something that suggests that. Do you have to put glasses on to look smart? No. That falls into the category of extremes. You just want to look pulled together. So your costume, what you're wearing in your pictures, should be a suggestion of the kind of type that you usually get called in for. So, okay, so I could sit here and talk all day about headshots, but I don't want this video to be epic. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a comment. Please share it with other actors, and come back here often for some more great tips. This is Amy Jo Berman, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.